want to go to our reporters, Infowars.com reporters, and they're both on the same cell phone out in the field. They've been in Los Angeles and San Diego. They're now, the last few days, been up at the tent cities, little archipelago that stretches for miles. The media's downplayed that. We've confirmed that. They say 125 tents. It's close to 400 that they've been able to count, and they had to hike in to do that count, and they've done another hike, I've been told. So they're here to give us a report. But the issue here is Schwarzenegger announced, the governor of Hawaii announced, and others are announcing that you're not allowed to be homeless. They're going to force you into sports stadiums, into fairgrounds, and they make you, in California, go to the fairgrounds, the different facilities, at 5 a.m. they wake you up, they bus you out, drop you off. You have to be back at 3 o'clock to be brought back in. You're not allowed to take really any of your belongings. It's overcrowded cots, and you wear bracelets. They scan you. It's basically a prison, and this sets a very, very dangerous precedent as the depression intensifies and more people become homeless. Regular folks, the working poor, want to go out and live in tents a few months, on average is the story, to raise enough money to get a down payment on a house to rent or an apartment, because they got to get a lot of money to be able to do that, to pay the 2 or 3 months down as their deposit, the pet deposit and the rest of it. And I see these horrible quotes. I see one in the LA Times of a woman who had the CPS take her 6-year-old because she was homeless, and now they're going to make her move out of the tent and take her dog. I don't know if my guys in the field have seen that article, but the headline, it's up on Infowars.com, we have a link to it, deals with how the police just showed up and made them all put bracelets on without a court order, without anything, out there, not in the FEMA camp, but in the open-air tent cities. So for a quick report, let's go to Jason Douglas and Rob Dew there in Sacramento, California. Which one of you's on the line right now? Jason, we didn't talk to you yesterday. You were busy doing an interview. Give us a 3 or 4 minute report, and then we'll talk to Rob Dew.
Well, we're here in Tent City, and we've been walking around. It's quite a sight to behold. I've never really seen this big community just all gathering together. And it stretches out over such a wide area that, any one little encampment, it looks pretty big unto itself. But they're just dotted all over the landscape. And, it's mostly just people trying to survive, people that either, because of the laws that are happening, we just talked to a guy that got pulled over, and because he didn't have insurance on his new Winnebago, they just took it. They took all of his belongings, everything he owned, and left him out on the side of the street. And somebody pointed out Tent City and said, people are camping out over there. And so that's how he made his way over here.
How much will it be to unimpound his vehicle?
He was saying it was about $1,000.
Okay. I know you guys are supposed to leave today, and you're going to end up not having time to do this, but it's not just important for the film to show this. Are they going to make him show up with insurance on top of it to be able to get it out?
Yeah, he would have insurance in order for them to get it out. Because
look, I know your wives and children think you're coming back tonight. Can you change the ticket and stay another day, and I'll wire you money, and then you can get that whole process on tape to show this crime. This is key for the film. Plus, I want to help this guy. I will pay the $1,000 to get the Winnebago out. I will pay to get him a month of insurance.
Let me talk it over with him, because I'm not even sure. He made it sound as though they have already auctioned off his stuff.
Oh, my God.
His Winnebago, yeah. Basically, they just confiscate the stuff, and then they sell it. So I will talk to him and find out what's up with that, if he even knows anything, because the way he was talking, he just gave up on all of his stuff.
Well, that's how people become homeless. Limbaugh and others create this illusion that it's only crackheads, heroin heads, and drunks, and mentally ill people, and that certainly is the classic lion's share base of homelessness. But no, there's more and more people who lose their jobs, so they have a Winnebago, and then they take it. And I see reports every few months about hippies that are homeschooling kids living in a Winnebago, and CPS takes their children, and I'm reading that in the news. And, oh, man. You
We're
should
hearing
at least...
a lot of information about kids being taken away and animals being taken away.
God.
That's the MO. Yeah.
Oh, God. And they want them all over the country forced into the camps so they have them all in one spot to take their children. There's a lady in the L.A. Times. In fact, let me go to Infowars.com. I thought I printed this morning, and I noticed it's not in my stack, but it's up on the site. And it's an article about how they make them wear those wristbands, not when they're in the camp, but they show up and make them just under fiat orders, color of law, to put these on so they can write like yellow stars for Jews in Germany, literally.
Right, yeah, they're branding them all.
Well, before you went, I said they're going to be grabbing their kids, they're going to be seizing their cars. And it's not that I'm always gloom and dooming. I know how government operates. What has this been like for you to see this, Jason?
It's just been amazing to just watch all of the different kinds of stories, because people have, they have a lot in common, but there's really all different kinds of people out here. The guy that owns the Winnebago, he was a marketing director. And so he works with computers, he does marketing, he's a salesman, really smooth guy. He gets up every day, he goes to the place where you can take a shower. He stays clean, his fingernails are clean, and, he's just stuck out here.
So he was trying to, I guess, get another job, live in the Winnebago. Yep. That's actually, I don't even have the money myself to buy a decent one. That's kind of our emergency plan, because I don't have anything really if everything collapses. And I guess if I'm caught at a checkpoint without my proper papers, like outside Fallujah, this is the model. I'm gone, and then they'll say, well, you're homeless, we're taking your kids. This is America, folks. This is America.
Right. Yeah, it's America, and look at what's happening.
My God.
Yeah, the amazing part of me for L.A. was that I went to places, because I'm from Los Angeles, so I know all the places where the homeless are, and we went there, and they're gone. We tried to find out where they're taking them, but they're just gone. I don't know if they stuck them in a camp or they rounded them all up, what's going on down there, but...
Well, that's what you confirmed at multiple sites, that they came and cleared them out. That's what Rob Dew said yesterday. So specifically, they obviously gave him a slip for his highway robbery for the highwayman that stole his home. Those cops had no soul. They should have just said, buddy, get insurance, get this off the road. And here's the nexus point. I've had sheriffs and police chief on. It's been all over the news. Illegal aliens, when they're caught 10-15 to a van or Winnebago, the judges just release them so police don't arrest them. I had an employee with an expired driver's license one day. I pull up to the office. There's 2 police cars in Cherries. I pull up. I know to approach him from a distance. I walk up. The police kind of charge up to me. What do you want? And they said, oh, it's Alex Jones. And they said, hey, Alex, like your show, blah, blah, blah.
Last video, guys.
Yeah.
But to make a long story short, I said, you wouldn't be arresting him right now if he was an illegal alien. They said, no, the judges just let him go. We're told not to. So again, an American citizen gets no leeway.
Right.
Instead of just saying, you better pull that off. If I see this again, I'll give you a ticket. So instead of giving him a ticket for not having the insurance, they stole his Winnebago.
And just left him out on the side of the road with nothing. Yep.
My God,
it could happen to any one of us. You can't pay your bill
criminals
for 1 month, and then your car's gone.
And to them, it's, we're just doing our job. We're just doing our job.
Right. That's exactly what they said. The one police officer was telling him, I didn't want to do this, but we're just not going to be able to let you go.
And I guarantee you, if you stayed in that town for a week, you could shut off highways, and when they do pull an illegal alien over, you can watch them let them go with no insurance, no license. You could follow that person to a McDonald's or wherever they're going, and you could walk up and ask them, what they pull you over for, and they tell you no insurance. That's just the hell of it. And I'm not for grabbing the illegal aliens and putting them in camps if they don't have something. They're on the edge of survival. The point is, don't do it to citizens. I'm sorry to have you on here and I'm ranting at you. It's just that I wish you weren't confirming everything I already knew you were going to find. What about the snatching of children?
We've talked to a couple different people. Either their children got snatched before they went out here. Maybe they were in an apartment. There's a lot of people where it's like they're turning families against each other, where the social services come in, they speak to the grandparents, and they get them to turn state's evidence or say something against their kids, and then their kids end up losing their kids.
Well, it's worse than that. A lot of times, and the grandparents don't even get them. They think the CPS is their friend.
Right. No, that's what happens. That's what happens. They think they're going to get the kids, but then they just end up going to a third party or into an institution.
Well, that's because they get 10 times, 20 times the money for every child they have than actually with the family. Yeah, this government's totally criminal. Yeah, here it is. It says Ontario, California, tent city residents required to wear wristbands, and this is Los Angeles, and it says dozens of... See, maybe if you had time, you could go to that. Dozens of Ontario police and code enforcement officers descended upon a homeless encampment known as Tent City early Monday, separating those who could stay from those to be evicted. Large, often confused crowds formed ragged lines behind police barricades where officers handed out color-coded wristbands. Blue meant they were from Ontario and could remain. Orange indicated they had to provide more proof to avoid ejection.